Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to discuss some MCQs from the topic of efficiency and market failure. These MCQs are taken from a book 1000 plus MCQs and the topic is 8.5. The first MCQ is, in an economy, no one can be made better off without making someone else worse off. This is the definition of Pareto optimality. It means the conditions of allocative efficiency have been met, so this cannot be the answer. The conditions of productive efficiency have been met. This is not the answer. The distribution of income is socially acceptable. This will be the correct answer because distribution of income is a topic of equity and not the topic of efficiency. The economy is operating at a point on its production possibility frontier. This cannot be the answer. So C is our answer. Next MCQ is, in the diagram, a firm increases its output from OY to OZ. So output is increased from OY to OZ. Which statement about the effect on economic efficiency is correct? So at this point, where average revenue is the same as price, so at this point, price is equal to marginal cost. So this point shows allocative efficiency. So movement towards this point when output is increased from OY to OZ shows firm becoming closer to allocative efficiency. So let's read the options. It will increase because a greater quantity will be produced and higher total revenue will be earned. This is not related to efficiency, so this cannot be the answer. It will increase because the value that consumers place on the product, this is the price or average revenue, comes closer to the cost of producing the last unit. This is marginal cost. So you can see as we move from Y to Z, average revenue is getting closer to average cost. So this gap is decreasing as compared to this one. Hence B is our answer. Next, let's read C. It will decline because both average and marginal revenue will fall. So this is again not related to efficiency. Even though if average revenue is falling, marginal revenue will also be falling, but not related to efficiency. It will decline because both total and marginal cost will rise. This is again not related to efficiency. So the question is on economic efficiency, and here the condition of allocative efficiency that has to be followed in order to solve this MCQ. So B is the correct answer. The next is what is not an example of market failure? Inequality in the distribution of income. Most of the times in such MCQs, distribution of income and its inequality, that is the matter of equity and not the matter of efficiency or market failure. So A is the answer. A monopolist charging prices above marginal cost. This is of course an example of market failure due to monopoly. Damage to common land due to overgrazing. This is also external cost because of overgrazing due to lack of property rights. Aircraft noise. Noise is also an external cost or externality. So all of these B, C and D cannot be the answers because these are the examples of market failure. Hence we consider A as the answer. Next question. In the diagram, D is a country's demand curve for imported goods which cannot be produced domestically. The world market price is OPW. This is the world market price. Which area measures the deadweight loss to the country of imposing an import tariff equal to PWPC on the good? So if tariff is imposed, the price will increase from PW to PC, and area Y, which was previously the part of consumer surplus, is now lost. This area X is government's tariff revenue, and this area is now consumer surplus, and this area is deadweight loss. So Y is the correct answer. Next, what will happen if a firm is subsidized by an amount equal to the external benefit? So the subsidy government is giving is equal to external benefit. It means firms will be encouraged to produce more towards socially desirable output, hence resource allocation will improve. So A is the correct answer. And the firm will produce less due to subsidy. That is not the correct answer. There will be a misallocation of resources, of course not, because subsidy is given to improve resource allocation in case of merit goods. There will be no effect upon production. This is also not the correct answer. So A is the correct answer. In the diagram, the imposition of a tax on commodity causes its supply curve to shift from S1 to S2. So there is a leftward shift of supply curve. This is the original equilibrium. Which area measures the resulting deadweight loss? So in case of tax, the deadweight loss is the triangle on the left of the original equilibrium. A part of this is from consumer surplus and a part of this is from producer surplus. So this area shows deadweight loss due to tax. So this is original equilibrium and the area is on the left of that. So J, K and M, this area shows deadweight loss. C is the correct answer. Let's move to the next MCQ. A good gives rise to external cost. External cost means there is negative externality and is produced under conditions of monopolistic competition. So this is related to production. Which statement must be true? Output of the good is at socially optimal level. Due to externality, there will be market failure, hence output will not be produced at socially optimal level. So this is not the correct answer. Output of the good is below the socially optimal level. Due to external costs involved in production, output is normally overproduced. So this cannot be the answer. Private cost of production exceeds social cost. Due to external costs, social cost will be more than private cost, hence this cannot be the answer. Social cost of production exceeds private cost. This is the correct option. Let's move to the next MCQ. The government of a country decides to increase the proportion of its tax revenue that is obtained from income tax. This is income tax, and to reduce the proportion it obtains from indirect tax. Indirect tax. Total tax revenue is left unchanged. What is likely to be the impact on the distribution of income and on work incentives? Since the direct tax is increasing, so work incentive will decrease. So we are left with these two, B and D. Of course, due to higher tax, income tax is normally progressive, so rich will pay more tax, poor will pay less, so there will be more equal distribution of income. Hence this will be the possibility from B and D. So B is the correct answer. Next, which condition must be met for economic efficiency to be achieved? The one condition for economic efficiency is that marginal social cost is equal to marginal social benefit, and society's social welfare will be maximized and socially desirable output will be produced. And this condition is in option B, marginal social cost equal marginal social benefits in the production of all goods. So this is the correct answer. Let's move to the next MCQ. The diagram shows the level of utility corresponding to different allocation of resources between two people. The initial allocation is Z, so this is Z. Which reallocation of resources would definitely be more Pareto efficient? Pareto optimality is defined as a situation when no one can be made better off without making someone else worse off. Point A is definitely Pareto optimal, because if we move from point A to any point like B, Z, D, we can increase the utility of person X, but definitely utility of person Y will decrease, hence Y will be worse off. So A is a situation in which we cannot make X better off without making Y worse off. So A is Pareto efficient. In this MCQ, in the diagram, the introduction of government subsidy causes an industry's supply curve to shift from S1 to S2. So this is the effect of subsidy. Which area measures the resulting deadweight loss to society? The initial equilibrium is here. So when we have to measure deadweight loss in case of subsidy, we have to see the triangular area at the right of that. So this area shows deadweight loss due to subsidy. So this is J, K, N. B is the correct answer. Next, in the diagram, the firm is operating at point X on its long run average cost curve. Which statement about the firm is correct? So firm is operating here. This is the output. Let's suppose firm is producing Q1. The optimal output where the long run average cost will be minimum is here. Let's call it Q star. Now it is operating at its optimal level of output. Of course it is not, because Q1 is less than Q star. So this is not the answer. It is operating below its cost minimizing level of output. This is the correct answer, because firm is operating here at Q1, which is less than Q star. Q1 is less than Q star. It is productively inefficient. All points on long run average cost, they are productively efficient, so this is not the correct answer. It could produce its current level of output at a lower cost. This cannot be the answer. So B is the correct answer. Next, what could prevent a market economy achieving allocative efficiency? Disagreement among consumers over resource allocation. This is not the correct answer related to allocative efficiency condition. Inequalities in the distribution of income and wealth. This is related to equity and not efficiency. Inability to produce free goods. Free goods are already abundant, so this is not the correct answer. And inability to produce public goods. So missing markets for public goods will produce allocative inefficiency. So this is the correct answer. Next, An economy is operating at a point on its production possibility curve. What is true about the way the economy's resources are being used at this point? Production possibility curve shows productive efficiency. So productive efficiency is yes. So we are left with A and C. Allocative efficiency, there is a possibility provided that the output produced is socially desirable. So still we are not able to guess which answer out of A and C is correct. Socially desirable output, there is a possibility only because production possibility curve doesn't show allocative efficiency. So C is the correct answer. Next, which is the correct statement about efficiency? A. Allocative efficiency occurs when marginal revenue equals marginal cost. This is the wrong condition because the condition for allocative efficiency is price or average revenue is equal to marginal cost, not the marginal revenue. So this is not the correct option. An economy is productively efficient when it is producing at a point on its production possibility curve. An economy is productively efficient. Of course, PPF shows productive efficiency. So this is the correct option. Let's read others. An economy will improve its allocative efficiency when its production possibility curve moves outward. Production possibility curve, if moves outward, doesn't guarantee allocative efficiency because there is no guarantee that resources are allocated in socially desirable way. Hence C cannot be the answer. Option D, productive efficiency occurs when the prices of goods equal their marginal cost of production. So this is not the condition for productive efficiency because price is equal to marginal cost. This is the condition for allocative efficiency. Hence D cannot be the answer. So B is the correct option. In an economy, no one can be made better off without making others worse off. So this is the condition for Pareto optimality. What can be concluded from this? A. All markets are perfectly competitive. If all markets are perfectly competitive, this doesn't necessarily mean Pareto optimality because even if all markets are perfectly competitive, there might be inefficiency if externalities exist. There are no externalities. If there are no externalities, still market failure may exist and there may be a situation when Pareto optimality doesn't exist. The economy is operating on its production possibility curve. If economy is operating on its production possibility curve, Pareto optimality exists because the production of one good cannot be increased without decreasing the production of another good. So C is the correct answer. D. The distribution of income reflects what each individual deserves. This is the matter of equity and doesn't necessarily show the full distribution of resources and the Pareto optimal situation. Hence this cannot be the answer. So D is the correct answer. Which is not a policy designed to correct market failure. Competition policy that is designed to correct market failure because competition policy will reduce the power of monopoly and hence it will correct market failure. So A cannot be the answer. Free inoculation or vaccination against infectious diseases. Of course, infectious diseases they result in externalities. So if it is free vaccination for that, so this will correct market failure. This cannot be the answer. Minimum wage policy is aimed at increasing the wages paid to workers. This can be the correct answer. Regulations to limit river pollution. River pollution is also externality. If regulations are made to limit that, it will correct market failure. So C is the correct answer. Thank you very much.